Okay, let's go for the next one. Muali says, hey Abe, I've been trying to become a prop artist for quite some time now, but I'm not sure whether my portfolio is ready enough to be considered in the industry ready. In the past 2 years, I haven't really been successful with having a place to work with my set of skills. At least within my country. I was wondering if I should branch out and become more of a generalist showcase. Okay, let's take a look. Night chess piece. I don't know, man. I'm a huge chess fan as well. You guys know that. It's a good, like, amount of resolution, but looks like a donkey. The ears, I don't like the ears. The rest of the elements is fine, but I don't like the ears. And again, if it's something that you can do relatively fast, like I know that piece can be done in like a day, do the whole chess set. It's not just one. You need to do more. This one's look good. I really like the work here on the texture. That's a nice one. Looks a little bit lumpy here on the top part. Usually this like band tends to be like hard surfacey, and then you have the cushion thing. So the cushion thing looks fine, but then this band again looks a little bit weird. We will need to take a look at the reference. It's a good optimization. What's this? A gun. Vintores. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, Scowali, I guess the issue that I see with your portfolio, or my advice, is that again I see a lot of simple things, and I don't see this within the context of where this is gonna be like used, right? When I was graduating, I had a friend of mine, and he eventually went into destruction and simulation things. But one thing that he did is he did a lot of very like advanced models, right? So instead of doing just like this bazooka, this matador, he would have done a tank. Like a tank is challenging, because that's the thing. Like if you can model this thing, I know you can model the thing from the tank, right? Like this part right here. But my question is, can you model everything else, right? Like, do you have the skills to model really complex things? Because right now, if I take a look at your portfolio, it's all guns, right? And yes, guns are complex. Like all of this thing, that's a really good job you did there on those parts. But guns are usually cylinders and planes. A couple of extrusions here and there, and that's it. So we don't really see really complex elements. You might want to try doing something a little bit more advanced, more ambitious. Yeah, also, that's a good point, Wendy. The thumbnails right here, they're very zoomed in, so you really can't see the whole gun. You can see the detail, which again is fine. Now, I'm gonna give you guys another sort of like a hard reality, like this one right here. If I need a gun, if I'm doing a game in my studio or whatever, we're like, hey, we need a gun. Like one of my favorite guns is the P90. I'm just gonna look for P90 3D model. I'm gonna go to Turbo Squid. I'm gonna find a model like this one right here. This is good enough. Like what's easy? From a business perspective, I need you guys to take out your artist hat and put on your business hat. From a business perspective, what's better? For me to just go in here and buy a model for 80 bucks, or for me to hire an artist, such as in this case a Scowali, and pay him, I don't know, $500, $1,000 for him to do this model. I know he's going to do a better job than this one. And this is not a bad model, but I know he can do an even better job than this one. But again, from a business perspective, if you're a small studio and you're doing your first like zombie shooter or whatever, sometimes it's just easier to buy this and that's it. And I'm going to hire my 3D artist to do things that I cannot buy, things that I cannot get from the internet. So that's why it's very, very important that you show in your art station, in your portfolio, that you can do things that no one else can, or that only very few people can. This is where someone like Vitaly Volgarov, for instance, comes into play, right? Because I cannot get or buy one Vitaly Volgarov model. If I need to do like a sci-fi like animal character, right? Like he did this docs a couple of several years ago. This is not something that I can get in Turbo Squid. Only Vitaly can do something like this. So that's why I'm gonna hire Vitaly and pay him a lot of money to do a specific model that only he can do. But if I just need a gun like this one or any other one, like AK-47 and stuff like that, it's cheaper for me as a studio to just buy the model and use it within our game than it is for me to hire someone to do it from scratch. Okay? So if you want to do guns, fine. Look for gun concept art and find a gun that hasn't been done before. something crazy, right? Like this one right here. Because if you can show me you can do this, and I'm doing a sci-fi game and I cannot buy the guns online, then I'm gonna hire you because you have the skills to do this. But something that as traditional as all of these weapons right here, it can be a little bit tricky. Okay? Let's see. Is the series character course good for Blender users? Oh no, the tools are quite different, Jose Pedro. I mean, the principles are the same. The principles are the same, but yeah, it's difficult. Bro, thanks for giving guidance. Now we leave this field and join that business, and I won't be able to follow your tutorials anymore. Well, I mean, oh man, that's a tricky question or a tricky comment, because you gotta ask yourself, why are you doing this? Are you doing this for the money? Literally, go to any other field. Like, I mentioned this on the last video. If you want to be a millionaire and like have a Bugatti and live in a freaking mansion and just be a 3D modeler, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna happen. So, but if you want to make a living and you want to like make something cool and you want to be part of like amazing projects and meet great people, this is the place to be. Like, we do this. If you're an artist and you're doing this for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reason. We do this because we want to do it. We do this because we have a passion inside of us that we want to use it to create things, right? Like, we want to create things, we want to express ourselves, and it is definitely a privilege to be an artist, because not everyone can make a living for being an artist. Being a 3D artist definitely has, I would say, more options, but it's one of those things that you need to understand, or you need to be very honest with yourself and really understand why you're doing this. Okay, again, it's not for the money. We don't do this for the money. If I wanted to do this for the money, believe me, I would have changed careers a long time ago. I would go and buy real estate and sell it. I would go and I don't know, like there's so many other areas or jobs or things where you really make a lot of money. To me, that's not fulfilling, and you only have one life, or at least I believe you do. And I want to make the best out of my life, and if that means I'm going to be an artist and I might not be a millionaire, fine, because that's a decision that I'm taking, right? And that's what you need to also evaluate for yourself. And yeah, it's not only for you, Mr. Oprof, it's for everyone, because I do get that question a lot. It's like, oh, if I'm an artist and I'm really good, like Vitaly Bulgarov or Rafael Grassetti, am I gonna be a millionaire? Like, Rafael Grassetti and Vitaly Bulgarov are amazing artists. I don't think they'll ever be as rich as Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or any of these like ultra millionaires out there. That's why you need to be very honest with yourself and ask yourself, what do I want with my life? If I just want to do art and cool stuff, go for it. If you want to get money, I'm telling you, this is not the way to do it, okay? This is not the way to do it. Yeah, I think I can do that video as well, Shri 3D. I can do a video of how to use Photoshop to take a render and just like make it look a little bit better.